Okay, this is the recast. The recast of the Thor is here again. We have TaurusMimus versus ConfuseGamer. Both of these players, this is of course a Fun Day Monday game. Both of these players have the same handicap. They, as they play, do not know that. The handicap is that the only unit they're allowed to build is Thors. They are allowed to build workers. They are allowed to build buildings of any kind, as far as I understand it, but Thors are the only fighting unit that these guys can build. So let's see what's going on. Straight away, ConfuseGamer is off to have a little look around his opponent's base, and TaurusMimus doing his best to wall off the double supply depot opening. Not one that you see too often. No gas down yet for either player, I note. Which is interesting, because if I'm playing a game where I can only build Thors cost a lot of gas. I think I'd be looking to get the gas down nice and early. So rather than this double depot opening, I'd have gone depot, barracks and gas done at the same time as the barracks. This worker just harassing slightly. I don't know if that's within the rules. Are you allowed to attack with a worker? Are you allowed to? I don't know. Maybe you're only allowed to attack with a Thor. So single gas down for ConfuseGamer, but no barracks yet. That barracks is crucial. You can't build a factory until you've got a barracks. You cannot build a Thor until you've got a factory. So if you're an eBay coming down. If you're unfamiliar with the build order, what you need to build a Thor is a tier 3 unit, so you need to have barracks first of all. Then you need to build a factory. The factory is the building that the Thor will come out of. But before you can produce a Thor from a factory, you need to build a tech lab, which is an add-on to the factory. And in addition to that, you need to build an armory. So the build order would very much be, for me anyway, my preferred build order would be, look at this little guy. Please let me in, please let me in. Yeah, have at him. The fight is on. SCV fight here. Oh no. Oh no, TaurusMimus. Oh no. No, there isn't a big enough gap. Can you close it? He does! Those are the micro skills that everyone wanted to see. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, man. You got told. Okay, where was I? Yeah, so the build order that I'd be looking at in a game like this, if I'm told the only thing you can build is Thors, it would be depot. Then I'd build the barracks and a gas simultaneously. I'd be looking to get the second gas down pretty much as quickly as I could after that as well. Once the barracks is finished, I would be looking to build a tech lab on the barracks. Then I'd be looking to drop the factory as soon as I could. The reason you build a tech lab on the barracks is because Terran buildings can lift off, but the tech labs are left behind. So you can build a tech lab on the barracks, lift the barracks up, and then replace the barracks with the factory, so that you've got a factory with tech lab ready to go. So that would be the sort of thing I'd be looking for. I'd also want to get an expand up pretty quickly as well. Thors are mightily expensive. Off a single base, you can't really afford to build any more than one Thor at a time, but both players, you know, with this Thor, okay, the scan goes down. What does he see? He sees a single factory with a tech lab and a single barracks. He does not see the pair of factories, I don't think. But two factories is certainly what you're going to want. You're going to want to be building Thors 2, maybe 3 at a time, so you're definitely going to want at least 2 mining bases up to enable you to do that. So TaurusMimus has got the armory coming down. ConfuseGamer has got the armory just started. So both of these players will soon be in a position to churn out the first Thor. Let's have a look at TaurusMimus. What can you see, TaurusMimus? So he knows that his opponent has 2 factories. He, whether or not he clicked on this building will tell him what that is. If you drop a scan and you see a building being built, I should say, a building, that's just confusing. If you see a building in construction, if you click on it, you can find out what it is. If you don't click on it, you can't find out. So you cannot find out afterwards, is what I mean. So yeah, after the scan, buildings are still visible to you, but this one that was in construction, you can't tell what it was doing. Now then, One Thor is building. One Thor is building. Thors are building. If we look at the gas, TaurusMimus very much gas limited in terms of getting a second Thor up. He does not have enough to construct a second Thor, so I'd really... Oh, but he's supply blocked. That's miserable. Is he building a depot? He isn't. There is no supply depot in construction, and he is badly supply blocked. Really important that he fixes that as soon as possible. He does have upgrades going on, so he does have the attack upgrade coming in for the Thor. No upgrades oh no, I tell a lie. ConfuseGamer also has the attack upgrade coming in for Thors. So ConfuseGamer is going to have his second Thor on the map first. TaurusMimus, have you fixed that supply block? You have. Second Thor is in production. Thor's a bit hefty on supply. You know, if we look at them, they take up 6 supply each. So really, you need to be building. What? What the hell? Oh, sorry. So I can only assume that this is going to be some sort of planetary fortress assault. But will he have time to achieve it? I don't know. 2 Thors are now crossing the map. Let's have a look at the units tab. TaurusMimus has 1 Thor. ConfuseGamer has 2. Where is that Thor? Is it well? Oh, no. Oh, what's going on here? TaurusMimus now has 2 Thors. ConfuseGamer has 3, but one of them is back home in his base. 2 of them are coming across the map, and they are spread out. If these were in a good defensive position, they could get free shots on this first Thor before it has a chance to do anything. They, however, are not in a good position. These Thors are going to go to work on the SCVs. 5 kills, 6 kills already. Oh no. Oh, it's bad. Oh, it's bad. Look, this Thor is stuck behind the first and could not get a single shot off at this point. TaurusMimus does have +1 complete, but ConfuseGamer does not. So he was ahead in upgrades, but has lost both his Thors for the cost of 1, and that was entirely due to the fact that that second Thor was stuck behind the first. Get after him! Kill him! Kill him! You can kill this guy! Not anymore, you can't. You can't catch him. Well, TaurusMimus, that did not go very well at all. So the 2 things that should have happened from TaurusMimus' point of view was that both Thors had to move the whole way down the ramp before he let them open fire, so that 2 Thors are shooting at once. The second thing he needed to do, he's at home, he has the home advantage, and when you've got a mech army like Thor's, part of that home advantage is you can pull some workers and get them repairing. You don't want to pull all of your workers typically. You want to keep your mineral income up. But having 3 workers repairing a Thor can actually make the difference, can certainly swing a fight in the event that it's even Thor numbers. Now we're in trouble though. 1 Thor for TaurusMimus, 5 Thors for his opponent ConfuseGamer. There are 2 in production. Let's see that production tab. Widowmine in production for ConfuseGamer. I don't think that's within the rules. If we look at the income tab, we can see that ConfuseGamer is miles ahead. He has this 3rd base up and mining. Needs to get more in gas though. Your issue when you're trying to build Thors will never be your minerals. It will always be the gas. 200 gas per Thor. So he needs to get a 3rd worker in there. He needs to get these gases evened out with 3 in each. Once you're mining off 6 Vespian geysers, you can be cranking out Thors at a rate of knots. Right, he needs to focus on this weakened Thor first if he's going to have a chance. It doesn't look like he is though, because 1-1 upgrades. 1-1 upgrades for both players, so it will literally come down to... Yeah, you need to get them repairing. Oh, it's an annihilation. It's horrible to watch. I think this is game over, really. This is GG. In the units tab, we see that TaurusMimus has 30 workers and nothing else. He doesn't even have any Thors building at present, despite that large bank. So this is game. But his attention's elsewhere, isn't it? He is going for it with this planetary. I don't think that's going to get an awful lot achieved. Not once there's a large number of Thors on the map. 8 Thors now for ConfuseGamer. 4 of them here, so presumably there's another 2, and there are 2 crossing the map. Yeah, this is going to have to be some sort of miracle planetary, an absolute hero planetary. There's the dubious Widowmine. Oh no. Oh, that's not nice, is it? That's not nice at all. The Widowmine is just going to run about. Hopefully he won't plant that because, you know, arguably would be against the rules. The Widowmine can't shoot buildings, so it isn't going to make any difference at this point. Where's he going to land this thing? As close as he can, I suppose. I'd have preferred it here. Maybe it doesn't quite fit in that slot. It probably doesn't. Yeah, or even here. But where it's positioned, what's it going to shoot? One gas geyser and one armory. Whereas if it's here, you know, you get 2 armories, 2 factories, and a tech lab. Where's this going? Yeah, this is the salt orbital, isn't it? This is the salt command center. People sometimes, you know, at the end of a game of Scraft, get a bit salty, don't want to quit. You know, I've seen people fly command centers into the corners of maps. I've seen people get a worker out and just run around the map planting CCs in random places so they can't be found. What you didn't do, Taurus, was you didn't use your orbital to drop mules next to this command center to repair it, and now the Thors with their superior range have taken it out. And it's GG, isn't it? It's GG. Where are these guys going? No idea. They haven't a clue what's happening. Well, he's going to attack with workers now, is he? Just to be this guy hanging out. No, don't know what they're doing. How did they get there? No one knows. So these Thors are going to find the salt command center, and that is going to be the end of this game. If the command center takes off, it's in trouble. Thors do huge amounts of damage to air. Yep. So no. Focus the command center. Ignore the mules, man. Yeah. It's all over. It's all over. So another quality fun day Monday. A little bit funny. Could have gone either way in those early stages. The problem with mirror matchups, when, you know, both players go for the exact same composition, it does come down to a number fight. Once one player takes a lead, that it's essentially impossible to come back from there unless somebody makes a complete mistake. Sorry, I was just adjusting my mouse lead there and scrolling about the place. It's impossible to come back. Most famously, you see that a lot in Protoss v Protoss, where both players decide to go Phoenix, and the player that has one more Phoenix wins that battle. So Phoenix versus Phoenix, one player has 6, the other player has 7. The player with 7 basically loses 1, maybe 2 Phoenix, and the other player loses them all, and it's game over. Okay, GG, man.